These guys have seen this before. So are we going to grab the arm like this and go like this and throw our legs up? Everybody knows what's going on. We're not going to do that. We're going to grab him by the back of the head. We're going to try to take his head and touch the inside of his elbow here. Okay? Arm bar, we have to get the arm at least slightly across the center line. It's a big concept in jiu-jitsu, right? We're trying to get arms across the center line and expose the flank. Okay? So how do we do this subtly without him knowing? We're going to come here. We're going to pop his head and pop his elbow. Just do that. Okay? But as we do that, we're going to take our legs and we're going to catch. So now, if I elevate my hip, Nelson, pull your gray sleeve out. It's hard, right? Now I'm going to hold it with this hand. This hand doesn't need to hold his head down because my leg is holding his head down. This arm is going to go under, which helps facilitate the turn and loses his bounce. Pivot, over, here's arm bar. So I can do a couple of different ways. I can put pressure this way against his head, or I can flare my knee out this way. Okay? Both are fine. So again, head, elbow. Not giving this way. Head to here. Nelson's, and he do this in real life, Nelson's never going to let me relax for a second, Nelson. He's never going to let me do this. Right? He's never going to what's going to happen is something like this, right? But that's enough. And as I'm doing that, my hips are rotating. Now, look, I'm flat on my back. Beginning class, what I say, I always want to be on a hip. So my right hip is going to go to the mat. See how my right hip goes down to the mat? So there's no flexibility here. My leg goes over here. If I was straight like this is flexibility. My knees pointing out and if it was stretching around. Here's hips, catch. I elevate my hips so he can't pull the arm out as easy. I grab him by the wrist. Goes under his leg, elbow deep. Very little recourse here. What can he do? He can't even base now. Right? Pivot, over, and again I put my legs this way. I never cross or do this. Always put pressure towards his head. That's a good arm bar. See when I base the hand to the side there? As he's falling? It's a good spot to be. Good to hear. Play my arm bar. Does it make sense? You've seen this before. You want to see it again real quick?
Yeah, but I mean, I just have a quick question. So you're, when you're shooting, you're like going off onto the hip, right? Or are you going, going onto your hip first and then shoot?
I'm not touching my feet on the ground because I don't want to give up the time.
Okay.
So my hips are square, and my hips are kind of going to the side because it lessens the requirement of the flexibility and allows me to get more of my hamstring on top of the shoulder, which prevents you from moving.
All right.
So typically, guys, if you're trying to break the elbow, you got to secure the joint above it. So you want to break the wrist, you secure the joint above it, and then you can break the wrist, right? You want to break the elbow like here, you got to secure this, and that's why we're throwing the leg over the shoulder, because then you can't get the arm out of there.
So do you want to be on that hip before you shoot, or is it going to be at the same time?
You could be a little bit on that hip. I mean, typically when you're playing guard, you want to be on your hips, right? Jiu-jitsu is about hip to hip for the most part, you're hip to hip. Arm bars and triangles are a little different because both of those you start more flat on your back. That's more akin to like a turtle shell and you're pivoting. If your back was a turtle shell, you're just like rotating more. Okay. Most other submissions are hip to hip. Arm bars, triangles. One variation that I don't like, the omoplata, is like that. But the other better variation of omoplata is hip to hip. So most stuff is hip to hip. This is kind of a little bit of the exception. But there is still some hip action, right? You're still tilting to the side to get that leg over the shoulder. Makes sense, guys? Okay? All right, see what shot.